In the last couple of days, something has occurred that I wanted to talk about. It was declared in the paper that Planned Parenthood has filed a lawsuit in the Maricopa County Superior Court to declare the restrictions on abortion that were passed by the legislature and signed by the governor into law as unconstitutional. And they will try with this procedure to strike down the restrictions. At the same time, it was announced that the New York-based Center of Reproductive Rights has filed a similar suit in federal court in Phoenix to question and declare that these restrictions as unconstitutional. Well, from what I understand of unconstitutional is that when the Supreme Court in '53 went with Roe versus Wade, they declared that a fetus was not a human being. So therefore, it was a private matter if a mother decided to abort this child. Well, now who says this is true? This is unconstitutional. It looks to me like we put so much faith in the infallibility of the courts on the question of constitutional, but it looks to me like it can just sort of be changed to suit certain groups of people's beliefs. And the idea to me that an unborn child is not a human being and can therefore be killed with absolutely no worry or concern. And what about, and there are people who think that this, since it is a violent act and requires bloodshed and killing to accomplish, that this is just not good for people. It is not a good way, it is not a good solution to solve a problem. Why? Because it takes killing to do it. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you talk about it, it takes killing to accomplish. And it is thought by a lot of people that this can lead to more violence in the society. Well, I'd say that day is here. Here in Phoenix, we've had an astronomical amount of murders of children as young as 2 months old. Little children being tended, and just being little children, and somebody kills them. Well, I think the day has already here that we are seeing the effects of having violence introduced into our thinking as okay. It's okay. So time and time again we're told abortion is legal up to 9 months, as long as you do it while it's still in the womb. So
I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh, it's true. You have
9 months.
Yes, 9 months. It is legal.
I don't
as
think
long
so.
as the baby is, that's a 3rd trimester abortion. That was so. And yet we know that if that child were born at 7 months old, to kill it would be a crime. Well, the contradictions of this. So we can naturally assume that Planned Parenthood, the biggest abortion provider in the nation, is going to file suit, is going to file a lawsuit to try to strike down these restrictions that have been placed and passed into law that Arizona governor has signed. Strike them down, which they have done ever since Roe versus Wade. Every time a restriction was introduced, it has been struck down as unconstitutional. Some court has found that this restriction is unconstitutional. Well, it just looks to me like You can almost decide what's unconstitutional. If you're powerful enough, you can decide what's unconstitutional. You can decide that a baby is not a human being and to kill it's okay as long as it's in the womb. You can decide that. You can decide that that's all right, that that's constitutional. So I'm saying all these contradictions about what's constitutional and what's not constitutional, it sort of depends on what you want to be right. And I just have to go on record protesting the New York Center of Reproductive Rights and Parenthood, Planned Parenthood, because to me, the biggest abortion provider in the United States even has a profit motive to file these lawsuits. Because anytime abortion is threatened in any way, lawsuits are filed. And at the same day that this came out, President Obama was talking about how we're going to try to prevent the economic meltdown that we've had, the economic bankruptcy that has occurred in our nation. Well, what about spiritual bankruptcy, other kinds of bankruptcy that comes when we pass laws that are questionable, very questionable as to the right of the procedure, as the rightness of the thinking, and we can't stop it. We look